I think what I found fascinating today was the complete nuances that all the debate dredged up. And I think the key point was throughout everyone's presentation, throughout the panel debate, was the need for authenticity. You need to be authentic online. You need to be authentic in any relationship, really, but especially online. Digital media, social media in particular, make brands far too transparent for anything less than real authenticity to win out.
Do you think brands struggle with the amount of platforms that are available to them at the moment to reach their consumer base?
I think brands do struggle, or in their heads they struggle. There's a perception of struggle. I think if they focus on what they do, what the brand is, what it stands for, and most importantly, obviously, who their customers are or potential customers, it's less of a struggle. You know, it's relatively easy to work out where your customers are. You know, once you know who they are, you know how they behave, where they like to live, how they like to communicate with their friends and brands, then it's easier to hone in on the platforms that will be more hone in the platforms that will be best to engage with them on.
And do you think there's a fine line between being engaging, being part of a consumer's world, and being annoying?
Yeah, I think it's a very fine line between being annoying. I mean, I think again today, one of the things that came up time and time again was the need to be a good friend. We've all got friends that we don't like, that are annoying, that rip us off. So try and be a good friend. That's the key to any brand. You don't want to be annoying online. You certainly don't want to rip off consumers, but you don't want to be annoying. You don't want to jump up on people like an overexcited Labrador licking their face and desperate for friendship. You just want to act in a way that people want to be your friend. You know, if you give your customers respect, value, if you're interesting, then you can form a relationship, but you definitely can't force yourself on someone.
And do you think brands kind of reacting to negative feedback is just as important as positive feedback in terms of social media and engagement?
Yeah, I'd say it's more important. You know, people are always talking about brands negatively and positively, normally in the pub or at home. They're now talking about brands negatively or positively online in a forum that brands can listen in. So why wouldn't you? Listen in, find out if your customers are annoyed with you and do something to change the situation. You know, you can listen in now. In the old days, you couldn't unless you went to every pub and stalked all your customers to find out what they really thought. You can now with digital media, so listen in and most importantly, do something about it.
So the bottom line at the end of the day with brands is sales and return on investment. Do you think to get that ask out of customers to spend their money, they do need to be making smart content, a bit like 3 and their Dancing Pony? Yeah,
exactly. I mean, smart content is the key to everything online, really. You know, again, we've heard today a few times, the idea of build it and they will come has been long discredited online and in general marketing. You know, people won't come. They will come if there's interesting content, and that could be text, could be video, could be audio, could be anything that's engaging and that's delivered with the customer's interests, passion points in mind, not the brand's interests, and not what the brand thinks their customers want to consume, want to hear, want to read, want to listen to. It's got to be content that's very high quality, and again, back to authenticity, that's delivered with authenticity. It can be rooted in the brand's DNA, it can be rooted in what the brand sees of its view, a place in the world, but it's got to be authentically delivered content and content that people want to engage with. And then getting them to you is relatively straightforward. People will find good content.